name's Albert Vera, and I'm the owner of Sorrento's. Business was started in 1963 by my dad and my aunt Catherine and her husband Santino and my mom Ursula. Collectively all started the business. My dad had a truck route that he would do, while my aunt and uncle would run the store portion of it. You know, I don't know if it contributed so much to the growth of the store as, I mean, it definitely contributed to the growth of the city for everything that he did while he was mayor. But I mean, for the store in and of itself, I don't know that it did a whole lot for the growth of the store. Okay. It was, I think,
it's just successful in itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
And him as a person and my parents, the way they operated and dealt with people, I think really was a huge factor of the growth of the store. Plus, at the time when the store was coming up, really, there wasn't a whole lot of other Italian delis in the area. This was it, you know, and I think word of mouth just traveled, and it really turned into a tremendous success. We get, you know, a wide variety of customers. We definitely, I think our main staple here is returning old-time customers. You know, as of recently, though, I've noticed we get a lot of new customers in here. I think it's related to all the industry, all the growth that's happening around the city. With, you know, Playa Vista moving into the neighborhood, we get a lot of younger, I don't want to say preppy, but people who have the money and willing to spend it, and they're looking for, you know, unique specialty stores like this. So it's a good combination, but I think predominantly it's return old-time clientele.
Right. Agreed.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's Dan, one of my employees I went to high school with, and he's been with me ever since. You know, he took a little hiatus in between, but he's been a long-time employee. Orlando, you know, Orlando's been here forever, so definitely it's family is a huge part of my friends, and family is a huge part of my staff here. It's and then I hired a couple of people that were their parents are customers here, and hey, can you give my son a job or whatever else, and it worked out really well. So yeah, it's a huge part of the backbone of Sorrento's. I think you have to have a good balance there. You know, if we bring in the highest of quality of foods, then people are going to have to pay top dollar. Whereas, you know, I try to cater to all different types of, you know, walks of life, you know, whether they're affluent or not so much so. So I try to find products that are good and good priced, but it's a good quality of product as well. So, you know, I think you have to play a happy medium. You have to have a good balance of both. Under the Vera brand, I have, you know, a whole line of olives. I started 2 years ago doing my own olive oil. You know, with this whole thing that came out recently about the olive oil being tainted coming out of Italy, and they're mixing olive oils, like extra virgin olive oil. They were mixing it with,
like cutting it,
exactly, and shipping it out as pure 100% oil, and it got really a bad rap to the oil industry coming out of Italy. I mean, it really hurt their production or their
reputation,
exporting of olive oil. Yeah, the reputation. But I do my own olive oil, so I know, you know, what goes in there, and it's absolutely pure 100% olive oil. But other than that, other than the olives, and I have produce that I grow myself that I bring down here, like I have oranges and pomegranates and plums and persimmons. Sort of seasonal, but I grow them all up at the ranch, and I bring them down here and I sell them and pass them off to my customers. Well, you know, recipes were a strange thing because they never really had a recipe.
Yeah.
It's like some of this and some of that
Yeah.
and some of this and some of that. Some of the things that Noni, I still remember.
Yeah.
And Dad definitely. I mean, I learned from Dad just watching him, and he would add this and add that, and that's how I learned it all. I just, you watch it, and then you just sort of put your own little flair on it. But yeah, no, nothing is, at least to me. I know probably other family members have written recipes, but not me. Yeah, Italy I'm familiar with, but Italy Italy's a good place, but I think they're geared to the more affluent of clientele, where they carry awesome products, but we carry the same products here, and it's maybe 30% cheaper than Italy, But it's a good establishment, a good place. I mean, they have. I think it's good. It's just way overpriced. Whereas, like here, like I said before, I catered to all different walks of life, and I tried to keep the prices as low as I possibly can, where I can, survive. I don't want to become rich, but I just want to do enough here where I'm happy as well as all my customers are happy. I think we sort of, relate to slow food here a lot more than I had really anticipated. I started looking into it a little more after I spoke with you. And it's like I can really relate to the whole philosophy behind it, because that's really what it is here. All the foods that I grow up there are GMO free. They're I'm not very sustainable up there in terms of my farming practices, but I'm by far not I'm in the middle. I'm not on either end of it. But all my products are grown pesticide free. We don't grow mass quantities that you have to feed the world with them. I just on vegetables and things like that. I grow enough for here, and as well as the products back here. We prepare little batches at a time, and so I think on that aspect I can relate to their philosophy in terms of what their beliefs are. I think I know what they are. I think good wholesome food. You sort of slow down and make good food, smaller quantities, and chemical free. So yeah. I think on that one though, you there has to be. I think it's good to have it. It's a good blend. People go out there and they go to Olive Garden, and to them that's Italian food. But I see these same people coming in here and say, "Hey, I had this at Olive Garden, and I want to," and to see them want to experience or experiment with food and able to guide them along and give them a simple recipe that will blow Olive Garden out of the water, and they take it and they say, oh my God, so I think it introduces them to Italian food, and if they really like it, they can experiment from there, and they come here and they get hooked. So without that experience, and I don't know that they would venture out to Italian food. Food is everything in my life. I mean, I love to eat it, but I mean, it's with here. I live food. It's every day people coming in, ask me food questions, whatever else. If I'm not here, I'm at home thinking about things that I have to order here for and holidays coming up and whatever. So I think it's a huge part of my life. Maybe a little too much, but yeah. For the customer wise, I know my customers. I know people come in. I just see them and they get the same thing. So I'll like half time just start making it ready and have it ready for them. So I know what a lot of my customers, what their regular customers, they come in and get the same thing. And for myself, wow, I'm a big pasta freak. I like pastas, and I like experimenting with pastas and different sauces, like either pesto sauces or different red sauces, or I'm not a big cream sauce fan. White
me neither.
sauce. But I just love pasta and vegetables. I can live on those two. They're my staple, and I'm happy. So I think any kind of pasta, and I just like playing along with the sauces, or sometimes I just eat it plain with some grated cheese and olive oil. But I think, yeah, pasta.